What's up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. This is my breakdown and prediction for the new main event for UFC 251 Fight Island, Kamara Usman versus Jorge Masvidal. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another breakdown and prediction video. This time we are breaking down the new main event for UFC 251, Jorge Masvidal versus Kamara Usman. As we all know, Gilbert Burns unfortunately tested positive for COVID, but now stepping in on short notice. Jorge Masvidal was really not expecting anybody to step in, but he did it, and everything seems to be signed. All they need to do is pass a couple tests, and then they'll probably fly out Monday morning, something like that. But really looking forward to this matchup. Two guys that really don't like each other. Someone who is as dominant as Kamara Usman versus someone who's been really making a name for himself, Jorge Masvidal, really, the resurrection, as he likes to call it. But yeah, this fight is going to be amazing, and we're going to break it all down right here. My full card breakdown and prediction video is going to be coming out Monday morning. I did not want to get it out last week due to all the fight changes that could potentially happen, and of course we lost the biggest fight on the card. So good thing I did not get that out there. Wanted to wait a little bit, and good thing I did, because we have a whole new matchup here for the main event. And like I said, that'll be out Monday morning. I have all my research done. Just wanted to wait a second to see how this card foils out. But yeah, before we get started into the prediction here, if you guys can like this video, also subscribe if you haven't yet. Really appreciate that. On my way to 4,000 subscribers. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed to me in the past couple months, and thank you for the guys and girls who have been there since I first started this channel. Really means a lot to me. Let's get to 4,000. But starting to get into the stats a little bit here for this matchup, you got Kamara Usman. He's 33 years old. He's 6 foot with a 77.5-inch reach. He is 16-1, and he is 5-0 in his last 5 fights. He averages 4.6 significant strikes per minute with a 52% striking accuracy, and he absorbs only 2.17 significant strikes per minute with a 60% striking defense. He averages 3.44 takedowns per 15 minutes with a 50% takedown accuracy, and he has a 100% takedown defense. He averages 0.16 submissions per 15 minutes, and he has 17 fights. He's won by knockout 40% of the time. He's won by submission 7% of the time, and he has a 47% finish rate. He's lost by decision 0 times. He's lost by knockout 1 time, no times, and he's lost by submission 1 time, which was in 2013. As for Jorge Masvidal, he's 35 years old. He is 5'11", 73-inch reach, which is going to be about a 4.5-inch reach disadvantage. He is 35-13, and he is 3-2 in his last 5 fights. He averages 4.11 significant strikes per minute with a 48% striking accuracy. He absorbs 4.18 significant strikes per minute with a 67% striking defense. He averages 1.16 takedowns per 15 minutes with a 52% takedown accuracy. He has a 78% takedown defense, and he averages 0.51 submissions per 15 minutes. He has 48 fights. He's won by knockout 44% of the time. He's won by submission 6% of the time. He has a 50% finish rate. He's been knocked out once. He's been submitted once. Other than that, he's been losing by decisions. So, getting into it a little bit more, Kamara Usman, his last 3 fights, he finished Colby Covington, as we all know, in the 5th round. Did not expect the fight to go like that. I thought, Usman would try to get more takedowns than he did, but he wanted to stand and bang with Colby Covington, which was, great from a fan standpoint. But I really was not expecting that. And then he did dominate Tyron Woodley in a decision win. Woodley did not look like himself at all that night. Very, very weird fight to me. A lot of people did pick Usman to win, but a lot of people did also pick Woodley to win that, and Woodley did not look like himself, and Usman was able to dominate him pretty much the whole fight. And then before that, he won a unanimous decision against Rafael dos Anjos. A very good win there. And Usman, by the way, is a minus 270 favorite. I don't know if that line is available on the website Bet MMA Tips. I checked and it said minus 270. That line looks a little bit too good to me. I don't know if it's actually available, though. Some notable wins, though, for Kamara Usman is Colby Covington, 2019, great win there. Tyron Woodley, 2019, another good win there. Damian Maia, 2018. Rafael dos Anjos, 2018 as well. Some notable losses. Doesn't really have any notable losses, but his only loss is in 2013, like I said, by submission. Jorge Masvidal is a plus 190 underdog. Last 3 fights, he beat Nate Diaz in a doctor stoppage win. Pretty much dominated a lot of that fight there. He knocked out Ben Askren in 5 seconds with a flying knee. We all saw that. Vicious knockout. One of the best knockouts I've ever seen in my life. And then he finished Darren Till in the second round as well, which I was actually on in that fight, and he did make me a lot of money in that fight because, wow, it was a beautiful knockout. So past 3 fights, Masvidal's really been making a name for himself. He's really gained a lot of popularity. But some notable wins for Jorge Masvidal: Darren Till 2019, Donald Cerrone 2017, and Nate Diaz 2019. Notable losses: Stephen Thompson 2017, Damian Maia 2017. And as for how the matchup goes, Kamara Usman has only lost once in the last 7 years, which is pretty crazy to think about. He has great wrestling and great takedowns, great top control, has amazing takedown defense, 100% takedown defense. He has been submitted once earlier in his career. He is a black belt in BJJ, and he has a very good chin and has never been knocked out. He has had a full camp for this fight. I think that's going to play a huge part in this fight, that he has had a full camp. He was training for Gilbert Burns. Honestly, I'm not sure if he was going to come out here and try to take down Gilbert Burns. I don't know his game plan, but I'm assuming he would. Would find it really hard to see him, striking with Gilbert Burns like he struck with Colby Covington all fight, but maybe he was. I don't know, but I'm assuming he had a great camp training with Justin Gaethje. I'm assuming Usman's going to be on point in overall. But Jorge Masvidal, he's very, very tough. He's a great striker, as we all know, has really made a name for himself the past year. He has not lost since 2017 against Stephen Thompson, has some good power. He can be taken down, though, and he is coming in on this on short notice for this fight, which is very concerning against someone in Kamara Usman who has great cardio, relentless takedowns, and I don't know if Jorge has been training. I don't know. I'm assuming he has if he is going to accept this fight. Maybe he wants this fight for a payday. We're going to find out. We're going to find out Saturday night. But as for my prediction goes, I think this fight is going to look nothing like Usman's fight. Last fight, Usman stood and banged with Colby Covington for 5 rounds, and that's just not going to happen here. I'd be extremely surprised if Usman wants to test his stand-up against Jorge Masvidal, giving Masvidal his only path to victory here, which would be a knockout. But I expect Usman to be patient for the first minute or two and then try to take Jorge down. I don't see him coming out here like Ben Askren, recklessly trying to get a takedown. I think Jorge's going to be prepared for that. Jorge's best path to victory here, like I said, would be a knockout on Usman. I just don't see it. Usman has a very, very good chin. Usman's wrestling is elite, and I just don't see Jorge stopping the takedowns. I really don't see it. I feel like whenever this fight is played out on the feet, Masvidal will have some success, but I just don't see it being on the feet for long. So I got to go with Usman here to dominate all 5 rounds. Maybe Jorge gets a round in there, but I just think this is a very, very bad matchup for Jorge. And the fact that he is taking this fight on short notice is even worse. Honestly, between Burns and Masvidal, I actually liked Burns' chances a little bit more because Burns is dangerous on the ground. Jorge's not, and I think that's where the fight's going to play out at most of the time. Maybe they stand and trade with each other for a little bit, but I don't see Usman, if he fights smart, he's not going to stand and trade for Jorge Masvidal too long because Masvidal does have that power. So I think Usman's going to fight smart. Obviously, he's a smart fighter. He doesn't care if it's going to be a boring decision. Take down Jorge, hold him down. He's probably not going to finish Jorge, but I do see him dominating pretty much all 5 rounds. As for the betting goes, like I said, I haven't checked to see if this line is actually available, but on the Bet MMA Tips website, Kamara Usman is minus 170 on I think on 5 dimes, and I got to check that, but that's a really good price tag for Kamara Usman, I believe. And then Jorge Masvidal is plus 190. I wouldn't mind parlaying Usman at that price at all, and might even be tempted to play it straight as well. But I might even look at the Usman decision prop as well. Hopefully it's like minus 100 something, maybe minus 190. Because that'd be a great line. If he's minus 270 to win outright, I think we can get a good line at a decision prop there for Usman, and I think that is his path to victory. Jorge is very tough, and I don't see Usman being able to finish Jorge. Usman isn't really known as a finisher. I know he finished Colby last fight, but I think that was Usman's second knockout in the UFC or overall, but he's not really known to be a finisher. If like I said, if the Usman decision prop is good enough, I might just play that straight because I really am liking this line on Usman. And the fact that Masvidal's coming in here on short notice, I don't understand. I was definitely expecting Usman to be minus 350, and maybe it will be minus 350 by the time the fight happens. But I just don't like this matchup for Masvidal, and it's a shame because I like Masvidal quite a bit. I've backed him in his last 3 fights against Darren Till, against Ben Askren, against Diaz. He's won me a lot of money, but just I gotta go with Usman here. There's no way you can go with Usman here. I'm curious to see if any of you guys are actually picking Masvidal. If you are, let me know in the comments. Really would be interested to see what your guys' take is on this fight. But just by looking at it, watching the tape, I just don't think Masvidal will be able to stop the takedowns, and I think that's primarily what Usman is going to try to achieve here, and I think he's going to get it. Unless there's like a knockout, which I don't really see happening, I think Usman's going to take this pretty handedly here. So that's my prediction for Usman versus Jorge Masvidal. Make sure you guys check out my full card breakdown and prediction video, which is going to be coming out Monday morning, early Monday morning, probably around 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. And yeah, lots of good stuff coming this week. I'm doing a giveaway, so make sure you guys check out my giveaway on my video. I'll let you guys know a little bit more about that as well. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like this video. It really helps me out. Also, subscribe if you haven't yet. Really appreciate that. Like I said, I'm on my way to 4,000 subscribers. And thank you guys for all subscribing. It really helps me out. It really means a lot to me as well. And yeah, that's about it. And let's get it.